What is up, guys? It's me, Dusty Minister, back with a new video for you guys. And this video is going to be me talking to you guys once again about the state of the game with Dawn of War Definitive Edition. I want to say thank you. World Championship, future content, all kinds of stuff. So I just want to get into it. And before I get into the nitty gritty, I just want to start out by saying, guys, thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. This is 3,000 subscribers is actually insane. When I started, the people that I looked up to in terms of subscriber numbers, where I'm like, if I get that, that would be good, was like people who had lower than 1,000 subscribers. That's when I started. And I remember the guy who I was getting a lot of help from and who I actually looked up to was Jake Izzard. He had below 3,000 subscribers when I started. Just want to put that context out there. That is, so this situation right here is insane to me. I can't even describe how grateful I am. 3,000 subscribers might not seem as much, but if you have been creating content for more than a year now in Dawn of War, you guys would, Dawn of War 1, you guys would understand how insane 3,000 subscribers actually is for a guy like me. That is so fucking insane. So I just want to say thank you, guys. When I started, I think I've said this story before. Just having more than 100 subscribers was insane to me. Reaching 1,000 was really, really huge. But 3,000 is actually beyond belief. Because again, I remember content creators not even having 3,000 subscribers at this point. So I am very, very grateful, guys. Thank you guys so much. I just want to take some time to just say thank you. I'm very humbled, and you guys are just so fucking great. Thank you, guys. It makes me want to keep on going with content, even though there have been moments where I think it was really, really brutal to actually do content. And we can get into that, but I just want to say there has been moments where I was like, damn, I don't know if I want to make this video again, or damn, do I have a cast? Do I have to cast this whole tournament? There are moments like that, and you guys just keep on pushing my content, keep on helping me, and keep on supporting me. And now 3,000 subscribers is just an insane milestone to me. So that's what makes me want to keep on going, guys. Thank you guys so much. You're amazing. Let's get into the content and some of the situations that has been happening behind the scenes, because there's a shitload to talk about. So, first of all, you guys noticed that I had a hiatus not that long ago. It lasted for pretty much a month or something, I think. And that was basically for a Sicilian reasons. One, there's always something on the side. There's always something in real life that pushes me a little bit. But for this time, there was more than just that, because there's stuff outside my life that will actually make it so I'm very inconsistent here and there, and it is what it is. But this hiatus was different. This hiatus was actually not just because of real life, it was also because of what happened in the community and what happened with the game. Because if you actually think about it, like, the Definitive Edition is so huge and has actually, like, you can see every single content creator actually getting better views, better numbers. One of the reasons why I have 3,000 subscribers right now is probably because of, like, Definitive Edition low-key. So, I mean, there was a lot of hype initially, and I did not jump that hype wave. I still kept on pushing some Soulstorm content here and there. And I also kept on, like, putting out, like, Soulstorm tournaments here and there. I have, at this point, like 3 or 4 Definitive Edition casts out. So I don't have a lot of Definitive Edition stuff going on. And also, I did this hiatus in the middle of the whole thing. And it was basically for several reasons. And some is outside, but let's talk about what happened inside with content, community, all that jazz. Some of it is the World Championship, and we can talk separately about that. But I want to talk about the community whole thing and the game and the state of all that. So when Definitive Edition came out, you guys probably know I put out a video where I basically just went through Relic's whole history and just broke down the whole thing just in general. And I did a lot of shit, like a shitload of research for that. And I did that to like also come up with my conclusions, what I thought Relic was going to do. I did put out some disclaimers here and there that we don't know how Relic will be with their new investor. I did talk about how Sega left and we don't know exactly what that means. But I also pointed to a lot of like really, really positive signs for Relic just as a developer, and like a lot of things that pointed towards things being really, really good for Relic. Where I was like, wait, hold on, now the Sega is gone, maybe Relic will actually cook. And Definitive Edition came out, and there are like some people in the community, they would know that I am one of the most positive people when it came to Definitive Edition. Like the hype was real, and even when Definitive Edition came out, I was defending the shit out of that fucking game. And at this point, I just can't defend certain things. And so obviously with this game having issues, I started getting into like the Discord, and then I started realizing how much my talks and debates on the Discord channel was actually draining me. I started getting really connected with some of the, shall we say, darker corners of the community, and started realizing how much division there actually is amongst some people within the community. And to me, seeing that, having Relic to do nothing in terms of actually like responding to these things that we're saying on Discord, and then not even implementing like changes or anything like that so we can actually put some of these debates to rest. Maybe I should give an example. We have this whole camera mod, and I might even fucking do a video on that, because we had a whole camera mod debate on Relic, and that shit got out of hand. I think that debate got really, really uncivil at some point. And it's actually kind of ridiculous, because in my opinion, I actually think there's middle ground. Like, I actually genuinely believe there's a middle ground when it comes to the whole camera mod debate. Relic doesn't even consider this. Like, they don't even think about this. They don't give a fuck. They say they are aware of it, but I don't actually believe them. And I don't believe Relic just in general. There are so many issues with the game where Relic just doesn't seem to move. Because they have things that is even worse. They have things like bugs that is making the game almost, make the game low-key break. And they still haven't fixed those. And it's really, really, really annoying. So when I just see the community being so divided by Definitive Edition, it actually hit me in a really, really bad way. And for some reason, it actually got to me. It was very, very draining. And I just don't want to waste my time with that anymore. At this point, I don't give a fuck. At this point, I'm good. But at the time, I was getting drained by that. That shit was, that was really, really bad. I might do a whole video on why I think the camera mod should be in a certain way and stuff, but to me, it just, I don't give a fuck. Because there's more important issues with the game. There are more important stuff that I think needs to be paid attention to, and some of it is not even Relic looking at it. Also, Automatch is really, really problematic at this point, because there are no balance, which in of itself is fine. But then on top of that, there's also bugs within the game. So when you mix those two, it gets really, really bad as an experience, especially if you're playing weaker races, aka Space Marines that I play a lot. But even IG players, even SOB players, even like Necrons, who's like, what the fuck is this map pull, bro? Yeah, it's sufferable. And I think that's problematic. Now, let's talk a little bit about some stuff that also started draining me a little bit, which was the World Championship. Now, I have some bad news for you guys. I also have some really, really, really good news, but let's start with the bad ones. The World Championship was this close to actually being cancelled. And this was regardless of people being hyped, people supporting me, people sending in money, all kinds of fucking jazz. And I was just like, damn. But Jagex, he basically left the project. Yes, that's right. Jagex Art left the project. I don't want to get into... I can give you the extremely short version, but he has to talk for himself. I don't want to talk on his behalf. But basically, his thoughts are that the game is broken in the case of there's only 3 races that just dominates the whole thing, which is Dark Eldar, Eldar, and Orcs, which is like low-key true. And it's just really painful to play Automatch. He had a stream, I guess some of you guys saw it, where it's very, very clear that he was super upset. He was losing a lot of games in a row. That also took the toll on him, for sure. And in the end, he said something along the lines of, I bet you it'll happen in the World Championship as well. That it'll only be Orcs, Dark Eldar, and Eldar at the top. And yeah. So I basically tried to convince him. I tried everything, and he just wouldn't have anything to do with competitive Dawn of War, which was, yeah, that was painful for me. Because some of you guys don't know, and even Jagex apparently doesn't know either. Jagex is a massive part of why the World Championship is actually possible. He creates a lot of art and stuff for the whole thing to actually be special. He makes it so the tournament is not just another tournament. Everyone can make a, well, I don't know. You can always host a tournament, and you can acquire money, and then you can make rules, and there you go, you have a tournament. But Jagex made the tournament special, in my opinion. He made it so we had a trailer for the whole thing. He's the guy who designed the whole logo in the first place. A lot of stuff with the World Championship is him alone. Also, a lot of communication, linguistic BS that I just don't know because I'm not born in England or like in a like English-speaking country or anything like that. There's a lot of stuff like communication, branding, all of that he is like really helpful with. And so even though I am like the machine or the brain behind the whole thing, he's actually the guy who makes all the things come together. Like he's the last 30%. And him like being like leaving is like so bad for the whole project because it's like he's doing stuff that I can't. And so, for example, that's why we haven't had a trailer for the World Championship yet. That's why we haven't been able to push the project yet. In fact, my announcement of World Championship is delayed because of this whole thing. So, we were this close, and I'm telling you, like, I was literally thinking about just canceling the whole thing, and the only reason why it's not happening is because I'm actually getting some help. Montana and Dancy Chaos, who you guys might know from Vox of War, who has created some tournaments. Really, really great guys, who is new to the tournament community 100%. These guys are so great. They have actually told me that they are going to help with the World Championship. They are going to help with making sure that the whole thing is actually working. They are going to be side by side with me when the World Championship is starting. They're also helping in formulating a lot of things just to make sure that the whole thing is going to work. They're basically doing a lot of the stuff that Jagex did. Now, that's the only reason why the World Championship is actually alive. It's actually because of these guys. So I would actually like you guys to get on Vox of War. It's going to be down in the description. Get in there and say thank you to Dante and Montana, because these guys are just some fucking goats. If it wasn't for these guys, the World Championship would be cancelled by now, or even before now. They are actually the reason why I can actually stick to the project. So thank you to Montana and Dante Chaos. These guys are really, really great, and they are very helpful in this case specifically. So the World Championship is going to start anyway. I'm going to give you guys some dates. I'm going to make sure, click down here on my calendar. Yes, so the World Championship is going to be the 15th November. And it's going to be a Saturday. And it is going to be 13 o'clock Moscow time. So that's 12 o'clock CET, Central European time. It's going to be massive. Right now, it's a little hard for me to be hyped about the World Championship. Right now, I'm just relieved that we're getting it. But in very, very few days, I will be stupid hyped for it. If you want to support the World Championship, right now, we already have $500 or even more dollars. I actually think, no, we're pushing $700 right now for the prize pool, because we have also had a lot of people helping out with the World Championship in actually making sure that the whole thing comes together. We have a lot of people who's already paid money to support the whole project in the first place. So, Exnilo, who has been supporting B6 tournaments, has even put in some few monies here and there. So we have some sponsors already who has been helping the World Championship. So we are pushing $700. I myself is putting in $250 just personally. I might put even more in. Jagex was supposed to put money in there as well, but we don't. Yeah, so he's out. I am not asking Montana and Dante to participate in terms of financial sponsoring, because these guys are already doing a lot. So I am just going to ask you guys to be able to support the World Championship as much as possible. And the best way you can do that is actually PayPal, which is down in the description. Because PayPal will actually dodge all like tax and other stuff like BS that is going to make sure that all the money will go straight to the prize pool. But other than that, the other way that you can actually support is by going to the fundraising stream that will happen this Saturday when this video is dropping. So it'll be the 18th of October. So that's in 2 days by this recording time. So yeah, sorry, it's out of nowhere that I'm making this announcement, but we're making a fundraising stream. We're going to do it last year, just like we did with Jagex Art. And I hope a lot of you guys, just some of you at least, are getting in there, because last time we had a fucking blast. I'm going to be joined by Montana. I've invited Jagex to join, even though he's out. I've been inviting some people to come along and just have some fun on this stream. I hope you guys will join the whole thing. And let's get this fucking World Championship up and going so we can actually fucking kill it and make sure that the World Championship is actually going to be a thing with a high, big prize pool. We are going to go for pushing the $1,250 that we had last year. But even better, if we could actually beat the record that B6 has, which is $2,000, then that would be even more insane. But to be honest, any contribution, $1, $2, $0.50, I don't give a fuck. All contributions means so much. And I am so grateful and so thank you for all the support you guys have been giving all over the place. and I will do anything to make sure that the World Championship, regardless of the size of the prize pool, will be a fucking blast. Guys, without further ado, I'll say thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. I hope I see you at Saturday, the 18th of October, and I hope you guys will do the best to support the World Championship. And if not, just enjoy, as a part of this community, the World Championship, because the World Championship is for the community, by the community. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Peace.